Hi everyone, my name is Patrick Ferreri and I'm a dancer, actor, theater maker, and a teaching artist with the New Victory Theater. For this week's Arts Break, we're talking about tap dance. Today, we're in my apartment in Brooklyn where we are going to learn to make our own tap shoes and then learn a few basic tap steps. Let's dive in. To get started, we'll have to gather our supplies. We'll need a pair of shoes, some loose change, tape, and a pair of scissors. I chose these shoes here because they have a nice hard, flat surface. We're going to use the bottoms of our feet, or the bottoms of our shoes, the soles of our shoes, to be making our sounds today. So you want to make sure you have something hard. Now, I have a pair of store-bought tap shoes over here that we can use for reference. If we flip over the bottom of our shoes, we'll notice there are two metal plates, one at the toe and one at the heel. We're going to use our coins to mimic these plates. So to get started, we'll measure out some tape for ourselves. You want to flip over your shoe and find the widest part of your shoe, or the ball of your shoe. Now the ball of your shoe holds the ball of your foot, and the ball of the foot is what's going to be used to make our tap sounds today. So we grab our tape. Now here I have packaging tape. You're welcome to use any kind of tape you want. I like packaging tape because it's a little wider, which means I won't have to use as much of it. It's also pretty sturdy. Since we're going to be brushing and striking our foot against the ground, you want to make sure you use a tape that's not going to tear too easily. So you take the tape, stretch it again over the widest part of your shoe, and then from there, leaving a little bit of overhang, you want to take your scissors and cut a piece. Now, set it off to the side so it's easy to pick up later. I've already pre-cut about 6 pieces of tape. I recommend cutting 6 to 7 pieces, as we'll use about 3 to 4 pieces for the ball of our foot and another 3 pieces for the heel. Once your tape's ready, you can dump out your scissors. This is the fun part. And now we get to make a pattern. If we go back to our shoe, you'll notice the top toe tap is almost like a rounded pyramid, meaning it starts wider at the bottom and then tapers its way up to the toe. We're going to do that same thing on our shoe. You want to start with your widest coins. Now all of my quarters are being saved for laundry, so I'm going to start with some nickels. I'm just going to stretch these nickels in a straight line right across the widest part of my shoe, sort of rounding up to the edge. Once I get to the edge, I keep my pattern going, whoop, runaway nickel, coming up the edges. You want to build it all the way up to the toe. From there, we'll take our tape, and again, starting at the bottom, you want to stretch your tape across and then flip those 2 little edges over. We'll build our way all the way up the shoe, all the way up towards the top of the shoe. When you get to the toe, you can leave a little bit of the tape hanging over because we're going to add 1 coin on the top. If we go back to our shoes, this metal plate is quite thick, right? So when we dig our toe into the ground, we also get a sound. Since our coins are a lot thinner, we'll have to mimic this by taking 1 coin and placing it right in front, right at the big toe, so you can make that dig sound later. You'll take your last piece of tape, stretch it across that coin, up over the shoe, and then wrap it down around. From there, just give another little press, making sure all the coins are in place. The tape is nice and sticky on your shoe, and voila, you've got 1 shoe ready to go. Next, we need to tackle the heel. If we take a look at our store-bought shoes, the heel is like a rounded rectangle, or almost like a big wide horseshoe shape. We'll also notice that the heels lift a little bit. So you notice that the heel sort of arcs out and then comes down towards the metal tap. Now since my shoes that I'm using are flat, we're going to mimic that by moving the tap a little bit forward. So it's not quite at the back of the shoe, it's a little bit in front. You can measure with your finger, about a finger width is good, or just eyeball it with about a 1/2 inch. So just like we did at the toe, you want to start with your wider coins first, making a straight line all the way across. We'll do the same thing with our tape. Take our last strips of tape, starting at the widest part, pulling it over, and then building back to the heel. Just like we gave a little extra coin for the toe tap, we can do the same thing here and take 1 bigger coin and place it at the back heel so we can do some heel taps as well. Again, you'll want to secure that across, stretch the edges, and then fold it down, pressing through all the spaces to make sure those coins stay nice and in place. Now I already did 1 shoe, so I've got my 2nd shoe ready to go, and I'm ready to stand up and start learning those moves. Now that our shoes are ready, it's time to put them on, stand up, and learn our moves. We're going to start with our toe taps and heel digs. All we're going to do is bring our feet next to one another with a little bit of space between them. Make sure you line your toes front and your heels back so that when you bend your knees, they slide right over your toes. From here, all we're going to do is rock our weight back and forth. Now you'll notice, just by shifting my weight, you start to hear a little bit of the sound. Right now though, the sound of my tape crinkling is a little louder than my taps, so let's fix that. To fix that, you keep your weight back in your heels, flex your toes strongly off the ground, and tap them down with a little bit of force. Hear how crisper that sound is? Once you get the hang of that, you can even alternate nice little toe taps. We can up the ante a little bit by adding a balance, shifting our weight onto one foot and flexing our leg off the ground. So quick tap, a little quick tap on the ground. That will let you start to play with a little bit more speed. You can also play with the sides of the tap, right? So you can tap all the way around, making little circles with your toes. You can alternate, you can tap. Nice. Now, from there, let's do the same thing, but with our heels. Now we're gonna call this a heel dig. So as we rock our weight onto our toes, lift our heels, really dig them into the ground. Lift up, dig down, lift up, dig down. You can stay nice and low. You can lift your body up, dig it down, lift it up, dig it down. The options are endless. We can even try it on one leg, lifting up, digging down, digging down, digging down, lifting up, little speed, little fun. Yeah? Once you have those under your belt, practice them as much as you need, and then you can play with how you want to put them together. You can alternate. You can draw little patterns. There's as many options as there are ideas in your head. So go ahead, don't be afraid, play around, have fun with it. Tap is as much about showcasing your personality as it is about showing your proficiency with the moves. Have fun with that. Enjoy your new tap shoes. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Thanks for joining me.